children are, taking their attention and putting it on these false idols. So the other day, it's going around the interweb right now. One of these false idols broke down and glitched. I see you, serpents. They broke down right on the stage in front of all the people. It was really weird. You might have seen this false idol break down and malfunction right before your eyes. Did you see that droopy eye? All the clones are breaking down by the minute, Black Warriors, yeah, because this energy that we're living in right now, did you see the droopy, and then like they push the eye, one of the morons is going to screenshot that face I just made, and we're learning about the ways of the satanic cult, but it's all right, you know. I taught you this the other day.
I think he is right. I think there is problems with the children. But I don't think Mikey's doing enough if he knows there's a problem. I'm more worried about the Patreon. More worried about doing his truth tour. I'm not speaking about the children. He does speak about the children, but he doesn't say how bad in trouble they are. But then again, I don't know. Are they in trouble? Is anybody ever going to look? I don't know. I have to talk to Casey Lou. Thank you, Casey Lou. You're the only one that gives me good comments. You should see them on TikTok. They're kind of nasty. They're not very nice. Especially when you think you're trying to help them. Not nice. You wanted to know about my spiritual thoughts? I'm always on the search for the truth. I've had the weirdest spiritual awakening in the entire world, I think. And I knew I was having it. I knew I was doing nutsoid things. But yet I knew enough to know that I was doing the nutsoid things to be normal in the real world. See, what I was doing, I think, is because I couldn't get any of my friends to help me. I couldn't get anybody to talk to me. Because if you go back, Casey, and you actually watch the very first YouTube video that I ever did, I was even very strong back then. Even after wanting to commit suicide and all this stuff, and all my friends were lying, I still begged for them to come together so that we, not just me, this is how this all started. I thought I could convince a bunch of people to change the way my workplace was, because they were bad. But as my spiritual awakening went on, I found out that it wasn't just my workplace. It's all over the place. And for some reason, I recorded it all. Every embarrassing minute. Like, I thought I was like a superhero on a crusade with Elon Musk and Kanye, and I still think that they might be part of the Great Awakening. I had people on my team that were no good neither, because I think that's what this whole thing was for me, was a learning process. God said, you have to go down and you have to see what's wrong. You think God's just going to send someone down and go, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. I think he's going to show somebody what's going on. And I think I'm the one that's supposed to explain what's happening to normal people and how you think you have rights and you don't, because mine have been violated every step of the way. Although I think I'm no smarter than anybody else, I think I come with a whole lot of common sense and I pick up on things really quick. And I think I've outsmarted a lot of people who think they're really smart. Because this whole time I thought I was setting Marwood up. The whole time I thought I was setting the Ministry of Labor up. The whole time I thought I was setting the police up. The whole time I thought I was setting up the psychiatric system that is like unbelievable. Psychiatrists don't talk to you. Don't take my word for it. Find out. They don't talk to you. They ask you questions and prescribe you the proper pill. That's how she works. That's my experience anyways. If anybody else has a different experience, maybe I'll go see that psychiatrist because I don't get to talk. And on top of that, I always try and go out and get help. But then I tell these people stuff like, I can't get into the weird stuff with you because it's kind of hard to explain. So I'd like to tell you the weird stuff that I can prove to you that is true. Like the world leaders aren't very good. But you'd actually have to take a look, and they won't. And they just tell me that, well, everybody has their own opinion. Well, I keep saying it. That's just arrogance and ignorance to not look. Just sit there and think that you know everything. I knew the stuff that was going on in my head wasn't real. But there's a lot of stuff and a lot of videos that correlate with a lot of stuff that went on. And if I ever get a chance to tell my story on a decent stage, I think I proved the world is like, well, at least Canada. And she's not in a good place. And I don't think the Americans are doing much better. I don't think so. Because apparently you can have like, they're looking to arrest Trump, but Biden can have that laptop. I don't get it. I don't get it, people. I don't understand what you're thinking. I know I keep blaming this on you guys because you guys don't get it. And I keep hoping that maybe you do, and I don't really push on it. I know I'm playing to an audience of 32, and sometimes I post these on my Facebook that's like an audience of maybe 100, and half of them I don't even know. I just keep thinking maybe I can get one of my friends, I can talk to them, maybe convince that, like talk to them, and maybe we can figure out a solution that if I'm full of crap, maybe I should calm down, but no one will do that. No one's got the balls to do it. Just, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Anyways, Casey, on the whole God front, I believe in God, and that's the only thing that's got me through this. There were times where, like I said, where stuff was going through my head, and I knew, like I even thought I was Jesus, like, a bazillion times because I'd see images in my head and stuff like that. I never felt past life or touch animals and they all of a sudden happy, or I'm not walking on water or any of that stuff. But I thought I was. And I think what it was is to find the Holy Spirit, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, when I first started, I was a bit of an idiot. And to tell you the truth, I didn't want to do it. I didn't. I thought to myself, why would anybody want to be Jesus? Like, because I really thought long and hard about it. Here's also the problem with me thinking that I'm a prophet. I believe in this so much that I honestly believe that people will want me dead, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't have any fear anymore. I don't care. My only fear is that people don't wake up and something bad happens. That's my only fear. And I do have one other fear. I'm fear people want to, if I could prove myself, people would want to be around me. And I just want to be around good people because there's so much fakeness in this world. I don't know, maybe that's why I like Ryan Upchurch so much. I've watched that guy, made sure I think I know what I'm talking about. I think he's been screwed over a whole lot. And I think the reason he comes off as cocky and arrogant is because he knows the truth. And he's not afraid to tell somebody when they're a liar, and he knows that they're a liar. And I think there's been a lot of liars in his life, and I think we share that. I think I've been surrounded by liars my whole life and didn't even know it. Like, when you find out that you have no friend, like, honestly, I'm being dead serious. I have no friends. Not a person I could call or contact right now if I was in trouble. Not a person. Not a one. And I think I'm the best person that I've ever met. Isn't that sad? I know my heart. God knows my heart. That's why I'm not as scared to do what I do. I come off as harsh and mean, and I go off the hinges sometimes. Like, you should see my... No, you can't, because I think they deleted it. But you should have seen my TikTok video I made yesterday when someone told me to stay away from their kids. Like, I almost cried. I was screaming. I called them, like, the most horrible names you could ever call somebody because they're too ignorant. Rather than tell me that I'm wrong and show me where I'm wrong, they're going to tell me that I'm a threat to their children when I think I'm trying to save their children. And I think that they're not very smart because they're not willing to see if their children need to be saved. But hey, that's on them. That's their right? That's their children. Because I've been told that a lot throughout this whole thing. Like, don't talk about my children. Because I said to my bestie one time, I was trying to message him. Like, I was actually trying to talk to him, but he wouldn't talk. We were messaging back and forth. And I said to him, I said, what would you do if you thought your kid was in trouble? What would you do for your child? And his response was, I don't think you want to go there. I said, I don't know. For me, it's a pretty easy question. I fucking die for my kids. And he's not willing to, like, this is somebody who was my friend. I shared a lot of time with this person. They just, you know what I think it is? And it's sad that it's this way. But the owner of the company that I worked for, he works for the same owner. And I let out on the internet that he told me that they tried to contact him and ask them about me. And I think that's why he separated himself from me. Isn't that a friend? Didn't want to have any problems with his job because he's too comfortable. But I wasn't allowed to talk to my friends. I got a letter from my work saying I wasn't supposed to talk to my friends. How am I supposed to fix my mental issues that I think were caused at work if I'm not allowed to talk about them and figure out where the problem was? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But instead, everybody stayed quiet, kept their jobs, enjoyed their summers and their winters and their cabins and their this and their that, while I sat on my couch, not knowing what to do, no one to talk to. But all these good people are out there doing whatever they want, living their lives, thinking they're good. You know what? You can do whatever you want to me, because it ain't this life I'm looking forward to. It's the next one. And if you'd rather give up the next one to have a little tiny bit in this one, have at her. Because I believe, man. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he's the truth. And I believe that truth is not nice sometimes. And I truly believe that God knows my heart. And every time I fucking swear, he doesn't give a flying fuck. Because men make words evil, not God. Because I've been hearing a lot about my God. How he's evil and he's bad because she's all over Facebook and I got her recorded. You got to watch what you put on that internet because sometimes you might want to take her back. But hey, I make sure I say I know what I'm saying. But if I'm wrong, I'll explain how I changed my mind and how I came to the new opinion. But you guys aren't willing to learn, are you? That's what it's all about. I'm sorry, your people, these spiritual leaders and stuff like that, I hope it comes down to the fact that you guys find out there's a galactic federation of aliens. And again, I know that sounds stupid, but it's all based on reality that I got the information from. A real Canadian defense minister and a real Israeli space guy and a real Donald Trump and a real Don Jr. I listen to this stuff come out of their mouths. Just like I know, or I don't know for sure, But the evidence points to Bill Gates. Like I keep saying, I got a big heart on for Billy Boy. But I keep saying, like, he was friends with Epstein. There's probably some flight logs. There's probably a little book with his name in it a few times. His wife, you can go on YouTube and you can find out where Bill Gates' wife says Jeffrey Epstein may have had something to do with my divorce. Funny how whatever. The video of Epstein dying that disappeared and no one cares. And I don't know. Man. I don't know. I don't know how to band people together. I obviously don't have a knack for it. I thought I was a pretty good leader. Like in my job, I thought I was really good. But I guess I'm not the leader I thought I was. But then again, I haven't really tried all that hard, if I'm being honest. Better do something shortly. Because if not, I have to go on vacation. You know what it's going to be like sitting on vacation thinking the world's in trouble? Like, I think this is real. I think, like, these spiritual people that are teaching love and light, and you can just love the bad guys away, and you don't have to know your own power, and you don't have to fight to get your power back. I think you're in trouble there, but I might be wrong. Maybe you sing around in a circle and do kumbaya. That doesn't mean not to be a loving, nice person, because if you actually got to know me, I have more love than anybody else I've ever met, because no one has ever shown me love. And all those people, I think I'm trying to save. And if I'm not, like, this is what I don't get. Even if it is all wackadoodle, like my whole spiritual thing, and it's not, and I'm not a prophet. I'm just some nobody who's trying to save the world, and everybody thinks that that's bad because of a few bad words, and I won't take crap. You got to be loving to yourself before you can be loving to others. You got to let go of the ego. You got to want to gain the knowledge. I'm not even saying what I'm telling you is true. But you're not willing to seek it out, so how would you ever know? Maybe one day I'll band everybody together, like I said, like Russell Brand and Tim Cast and the Rubin Report and Elon Musk, and I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Upchurch's mom to watch one of my videos. I tagged her in one of them, but I don't know if she ever looked. And there's that Johnny Dagburn who, I don't know. You would think that the stuff that I've said in the videos that he's watched, he would have paid a little bit more attention to, being awake and all, but I don't know. Maybe it's God's will. Maybe God hasn't shown him my videos. I don't know. You never know. Shouldn't really cast judgment, I guess. But, I mean, if you're not willing to help children, then I don't know. If you're not willing to help yourself, maybe you'll help the kids. Or maybe I'm just supposed to sit here and do nothing, like my friend Patrick White says. Maybe it's all just God's will, and it'll just happen the way it happens without doing anything. Maybe that's the key to it, because that's what he tried telling me. Only God is in control. Maybe. Or maybe we have to work to take control back of the world. Or it just keeps going like this. Because I don't know about you, Patrick White. You talk about free will. I don't know. For me, I always have the decision on which way to go. I don't know. To me, that's free will. Maybe we don't have free will. Who knows? Maybe I'm doing this because God's telling me to. It's God's will. Patrick, come on. Like, which way is it, bud? Like, I'm tired of talking to all these Bible guys. Not that I don't think that some of the Bible's good. I just have questions about it. But they pick and choose what they want to use out of the Bible. I believe in prophets. You say you're I don't believe in prophets. I'm not even going to listen to you. You're a nut job. Like, I don't get it. Which way is it? Which way is it, guys? Come on. Which way? Oh, Casey Lou, I'll try and do another video on spiritual. I wish I had a friend that could kind of keep me in line, because I know I go off and here and there. If I had a friend to keep me in line, I could do the videos a little bit better. If we could do her like interview style or something, someone to keep me on track. But I'm a little like Kanye that way. I go a little this way and a little that way, and my brain always thinks. It's always trying to help. Everybody thinks it's bipolar, but it's really trying to help. I think I'm a special breed. And speaking of special breed, I know I keep bringing up church up, but you know when a person is good? When you watch them cry at their own actions. I seen that boy cry at his own actions because he's a good man. And I can't convince my wife of that. And it really pisses me off. I know I keep saying it. She won't even look. Tells me Kanye's anti-Semitic. I ask her, let's sit down and watch the whole thing together. Let's come up with the decision together on whether he is. Nope, I got this. Something that says Kanye is anti-Semitic. If you're not willing to listen to it for yourself, and then listen to the opinions of others, and then come together and come up with an opinion. But then again, Kanye's bipolar, and my wife thinks I'm bipolar. But I also think she's not as good of a person as she thinks she is. And I also think I could prove that she's not very nice and not very good. But yet I'm still here loving her and trying to take care of her. And she thinks I'm the bad guy. I just want my kids back. I want my kids to know that the stuff that they're doing is not good. But unfortunately, in homes today, the dads don't really get much of a say. And if I could give anybody a word of advice, because I know the government likes to make it like hard for couples to live. So I've always lived with my in-laws, my house, but we've kind of lived together, right? Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. No one should ever be able to undermine a man the way that they have undermined me and did the things that they have done for my children that I specifically asked them not to. But no, I'm not even allowed to take my kid's cell phone that we pay for. I'm not even allowed to do that. I'm just supposed to whatever. There's so much sick stuff going on in my life and I see around me that nobody thinks I see, but I see it. I see it all. People are sick. I could tell a few stories. But unfortunately, I have to wait because my wife tells me that I shouldn't say this stuff because it would hurt us. And we wouldn't be able to see somebody that we should be able to see because we're the only ones that really care about them. But if I say something, it'll hurt. But this person can hurt my child. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Let the bad people into your house. Let the douchebags into your house. No. I've taken it just so I can record it all. Because something even told me when I was in the hospital and I was crying, wondering why I was like all alone and had nobody, and why I was sitting in a jail cell pretty much because of people's lies. I did hear a voice all the time. Don't worry, Carl. They're going to pay. They are the ones that are going to be hurt in the end. And you might have to be there for them. Isn't that weird? I get my chance to talk. And that's the thing. I don't want to. That's my biggest fear, is going viral, I think. Oh, I hate this. I hate doing this. I wish this wasn't going on with me. Sometimes it just would have been able to better just to take that shot that the doctor almost forced on me, that I had to have a hearing to get myself out of the hospital. And meanwhile, he's on tape lying. He's enjoying his life. His family's doing great. His ego is just right in check. Doesn't even know he did anything wrong, probably. I don't know.